What's good, everyone? It's your boy Rican in the Philippines, because I am Puerto Rican living in the Philippines. Thank you and welcome for visiting my channel. And if you're new here, please be sure to like and subscribe so that way you could be in the know for whenever I drop a new video, and we could keep pushing these videos out to the masses. Now let's get into it. In today's video, I would like to discuss the things that you need to know before coming to the Philippines. Now, if you're traveling here for the first time, or if you're planning to making the Philippines your new home, these are just some of the things you would need to know before you book that flight. And if you're coming here just for a short time, or you're coming here for vacationing and you have a round trip ticket, this is not going to apply to you. This is only going to apply to the people who are planning to stay here long term, like myself. So the things you got to know before you book your flight to the Philippines is, first of all, you need to know where you're going to be staying at and for how long, and if you're going to make this permanent. Those are things that you're going to need to know. So the first thing you need to do is, when you buy your plane ticket, you're going to buy your plane ticket one way, of course. Now the Philippines, they allow to stay here visa free for the first 30 days. So you could come here to the Philippines visa free for 30 days. The thing that you have to know is, when you book your ticket, they're gonna require you to get an exit ticket or a throwaway ticket. What that is pretty much a ticket that you're gonna buy staying within the 30 days that you're gonna be staying in the Philippines, and it's gonna be a ticket letting the airline know that you're not gonna be overstaying in the Philippines. You're gonna be leaving within the few weeks or month, or however long you're gonna stay there. You want to make sure that you buy yourself a throwaway ticket. It's a lot of exit tickets. They're not going to be expensive. You could buy a cheap ticket like what I did when I came over here. I bought a ticket from Manila to Hong Kong for about $75-$80, and that's the ticket that they're going to want to see when you start boarding, when you board the Philippine Airlines, because without that, since you do require a visa and a passport, stuff like that, and there are some requirements for you to enter the country, they're gonna want to know that you're not gonna be overstaying your welcome there in the Philippines. If you're gonna be staying there long term, so if you don't have that ticket, they're not gonna give you access to board the flight. You will have to buy a ticket right then and there and at the flight, because that's what happened to me. I bought a one-way ticket because I was trying to save money, since the round trip was really pricey. I was gonna buy a one-way ticket, which I did, but because I didn't have a return ticket, they required me to buy a return ticket or a fly-out ticket. So you're gonna want to make sure that if you're staying in the Philippines within the 30 days, you get a round trip ticket. Of course, there's no problems. This doesn't apply to you. But if you're somebody like me that's making the Philippines your home, and you buy a one-way ticket, you make sure that you buy that throwaway ticket that you could show before you board the plane, so they can know that you're actually going to be leaving the Philippines within the 30 days free visa stay. Now, if you want to extend your visa, I'll get more into that, but that's pretty much how they operate. But the good thing about that is that throwaway ticket, if you know when you're gonna come back or you're gonna extend your visa, as long as you buy it from the airline agency itself, you could always go back to the agency and you could go and get a refund. That's what I did. I bought my ticket directly for Philippine Airlines when I had to get my throwaway ticket, and I just had to go back to the agency, to the terminal, and get my refund for that. But before I did that, I already bought a ticket coming back saying that I'm going to be leaving that. So without you not being out of the money for the throwaway ticket, you could get the refund for that. And that's also if you buy it from any third party travel agency, Priceline, Expedia, Travelocity, what have you. So that's the thing you're gonna want to do. You want to get that throwaway ticket. Now, the next thing you want to do upon arrival is you want to make sure that you have currency with you. You want to make sure that you have money that you could convert into pesos, because the Philippines is still a cash-based society. They haven't caught up with the rest of the world, with the first world country like the United States, UK, Canada, which everybody there, we use credit cards. Philippines, for the most part, they still do all their business and transactions with physical cash. So make sure when you come down here, make sure that you have enough money on you that you could convert into pesos. And my best bet for you is if you're gonna convert it, do not go to the terminals for the currency exchange, because they're gonna tax you immensely for converting the dollars into whatever currency. So you're gonna want to make sure that you wait till you get to your destination, and you could go to any local agency exchange rate. There's a lot of them over here in the Philippines. They have them in the malls. They have them out in the corner stores. I think Western, if I'm not mistaken, you could correct me if any of you notice. I think Western Union and MoneyGram, you could exchange your currency. Because you're gonna be paying less on the taxes on that. So yeah, hold on to your money and wait till you get here. It's not that much. They're not gonna really tax you that much on currency. Some stores, they still allow you to use credit cards. A lot of places still do. I know the SMOs here, for the most part, a lot of them use, you could make transactions with credit card, but there's a few stores that they still haven't caught up with the rest of modern society. So you're gonna make sure that you have the cash in hand. So that's another thing you wanna prepare yourself for. Next thing I want to talk about is the visa extension. Now, compared to any other Southeast Asian countries in the world, I strongly believe that the Philippines has a very easy and a very lax processing for visa extension. I've been here since October, and I'm already on my second visa extension. You could keep renewing your visa month after month, or they have 3 different stages of renewal that you could, or not renewal, of extensions that you could acquire here in the Philippines, and you could renew up to 3 years. You could stay here, you could live here, and you could establish residence. But as long as you keep renewing your extensions, you'll be good. Now, the thing I'll tell you this is, the first time they give you the option after you finish with the 30-day extension, my recommendation is always go a week or 2 prior before your visa expires. You don't want to overstay your visa extension. You don't want to overstay your visa. You don't want to overstay your welcome here in the Philippines, because you will get penalized, and you'll get penalized big time. So just make sure you be on the lookout for that. Go a week or 2 prior. You could do it even less than a week, like 4 or 5 days prior. That's fine as well. Like I said, the process here is very easy. It started raining. I didn't even realize. I'm looking out there and it started raining. It's pretty cool. I'll let you guys get a view of the rain. Yeah, that's that huge rain cloud right there. That's pretty cool. I know you guys always see that it's always nice and here, but it's always nice and cool here, but we get a lot of rainstorms here. So after your 30-day visa expires, like I said, you want to go. Prior to your 30-day visa expire, you want to go and get a renewal. Now they give you an option between the 1 month, the 3 month, or the 6 month visa. Me personally, I did the 1 month visa just to save, just to cut corners and save a few dollars. A 1 month visa here extension is no more than $55. But they have different prices for the duration of the time that you want to be here. The first month is $55. The third month is, I think, $85 to $90, and the 6 months is about, I would say, $125, $150. I'm not so sure. I don't want to come and give you inaccurate information, but I know it's somewhere over $100. The second time I did the second visa extension, I extended it for 2 months because what I'm doing right now, I'm just trying to do the month-to-month extension while I'm working on my 13A visa. That I will get into another video with that. The second time I extended my visa, I picked the 2 month extension. So that one cost me no less than $100. And then after a month of that, I'm eligible, or I automatically get my ARC ID card. I think it's called Alien Registration ID, which will give me more rights to being here, as now I'm working on getting my 13A visas. Get that alien registration ID card, and that is pretty much works like a U.S. Government ID card. With that it has the personal benefits. I'll be able to, open up I'll be able to rent on my own. I won't need, nobody to, rent for me, because right now I have this condo's under my wife's name, since I'm not a legal resident as of yet. But I'll be able to make open up a bank account. I'll be able to rent here. I'll be able to drive here. So that's a good little perk and benefit. So I gotta go. Actually, I will have to go next week to ask about that to see if it's arrived, so that way I could go and pick it up, because they're not gonna let you know. You will have to do your due diligence for that. That's how it works. That's how the visa extension works. Again, like I said, you get to pick how long you want to stay there before you make a decision and want to be here as a permanent resident. They have different programs and registrations that you could sign up for while you're trying to get your residence here or your extended visa. So that's a good thing about that. Another thing you need to be prepared is where you're going to stay once you arrive in the Philippines. Now, there's a lot of accommodations for that, a lot of hotels, condominiums, Airbnbs, and what have you. So you really want to do your research and make sure you go to a reputable, well-known agency, or you want to go to a trustworthy online service for that. A lot of the hotels here, they vary. A lot of them have accommodations that another hotel doesn't have. Condominiums may be different, so it's not one size fits all. So you want to make sure that you get you want to make sure that you get the information. You want to make sure that you do the proper booking. You want to make sure that that you have the cash in hand, depending if they only accept cash. You want to make sure that you pay that up front. Now, a lot of hotels here, they'll let you book without a reservation fee if you do it through the phone, or if you do it through a reputable travel site like Expedia, Travelocity, or Kayak. One of those websites, they'll allow you to register without paying a fee, or they will hold it for you until you arrive there, and then you gotta pay the registration. Then you gotta pay up front, along with the fees on how long you're gonna be staying there. A lot of the hotels here, they're very cheap. You're not gonna be spending no more than $20 to $30, maybe $35 per day. And you're going to be getting a lot of bang for your buck. A lot of them, they have some good accommodations, especially if you're in the city area. A lot of them have air conditioning. They offer you free breakfast. A lot of them also has like the pool areas, cleaning and laundry service. Pretty much what a hotel or a condominium has back in the States. You're going to be getting pretty much the same accommodations, minus a couple of things that they don't have here, but you're gonna be paying a good, reasonable price. Now, if you're traveling and you're going to the province, it's gonna be cheaper, but the accommodations is not gonna be the very best, because the province is a smaller community, it's a poorer town, so they're not gonna have the greatest things for the Philippine standards or for the U.S. standards than you would have if you was here in the States. So, just prepare yourself for that. A lot of the hotels that I stood in when I was in the province here last year, they were very small. A lot of them didn't offer breakfast, so you had to go out there and eat. But good thing that eating out there in the province, you're paying anywhere for $3 to $5 per meal anyway, so it's very cheap to eat out there. And the rooms, the fee, depending on what type of room you get, what size, the accommodation, you're gonna be spending anywhere from I would say 10, 20. The one that I normally stay at whenever I go visit my family, my in-laws in the province, is 2,300 pesos per day. That's like $45, depending on the currency works. I'm paying $45 per day, and I get a really big luxury style room, which I'm gonna be going out there next week, so I'm gonna be taking videos of that so you can see the rooms and what it has and everything like that. They do have free breakfast and everything like that, and they have the turn-in service, the turn-out service, and what have you for that much. But that's not how a lot of them are gonna be. That's the one that we found that was pretty much up to par for my standard of living and accommodations, because not a lot of hotels in the province are like the ones that I've discussed. A lot of them are a small room. They'll have like a twin size or full size bed. They won't have a complete bathroom. They'll have an open shower. So when you're taking a shower, there's no shower curtains, so no divider. So you're wetting up the toilets, the sink, the floor, everything is getting wet. I was like, oh, I couldn't do that. So really do your homework when it comes to the hotels or where you're gonna stay, and make sure that it's up to your liking. Make sure that it has everything that you're looking for. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna cover it with the hotel and accommodations. Now the next thing I want to discuss is employment. If you're gonna be living out here, what's the employment like? I'm gonna tell you right off the back, and I'm gonna keep this one really short. The job market here is not great at all. There's a reason why you have a lot of Filipinos that used to live here or work here. A lot of them work overseas because the money is not that great. Any type of average job, for example, the call center here, you're gonna be making anywhere from $600 to $800 US dollars a month. They only pay you like $4 or $5 per day. It is nothing. But the cost of living here is astronomically cheap. So if you're wanting to live like a local, prepare to live like a local, because that's pretty much the wages here. I would say if you don't run a business here already, or if you don't have any type of remote work, don't expect to make it here in the Philippines thinking that you're gonna get a good job here, because the job market here sucks. Again, that's why a lot of Philippines that work overseas, they get their education here, but then they travel overseas to find work. And most of the time, they're either establish, a new life where they're at, or they'll work over there so that way they could send money to their families and support their families. If they have children or anything like that, they bring it home here. They bring money here to provide. So that happens here a lot. That's common here in the Philippines. My wife, before we met, she was working in Singapore, working for a babysitting agency, where she was a nanny for a older rich couple in Singapore. But she was making decent amount of money, which would be considered decent in the U.S. That she would send that money to her family to help out, and to help out her family and support her family, because, like I said, she comes from the province and not a lot of opportunities. So her and her siblings had to help out in that way. Get a remote job. Make sure you acquire some type of skill to work remotely, and make sure that you have a good steady flow of income before you come down here. Make sure you already have a nice little nest egg before you come out here. Self-explanatory. I don't think I had to get more in. I don't have to get into that with you guys. Hey, we're all grown. We're all adults here. We know what to do. We know how to live and get by. So a remote work, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you starting a company here, or you establish a company here, that will, you're already set. You're already 5-10% you're already known as the top 5 or 10% of the wage earners here in the Philippines. Or especially if you're a retiree or you collect a pension, we have a lot of military veterans that lives here overseas. Again, I'm one of them, so I get multiple pensions. So I've already established myself to give myself a good life here living in the Philippines. You don't want to come here without a plan. You don't want to come here without an exit strategy here either, because if you're out here thinking that you're gonna make it because you see YouTube videos from other people that came out here and they're showing how good life is out here without knowing the backstory, you are gonna be in a world of hurt, and you're gonna be for a rude awakening. So you do not want to be a foreigner stuck here and be homeless here and be financially struggling, because trust me, the Philippines is not the place for that. You do not want to be stuck here homeless or struggling. So prepare yourself, be on your P's and Q's, do your research, take in the information that I'm giving you, so that way you can be better prepared, and you'll have a better time. You'll have a better and smoother transition when you're coming here in the Philippines. So hope that helped. So that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys got a lot out of it. If there's anything that I missed or that you want to know more about coming out here in the Philippines, please leave a comment below. And if this video resonated with you, please drop a like and subscribe to my videos, so that way I can push out more videos out there for you. I'm gonna be traveling pretty soon. In the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna be going to Manila. I'm gonna be going to the province. So I'm gonna be documenting videos and documenting my travels to different parts of the Philippines, so that way you guys could get a good view on what the Philippines has and what it has to offer. So you could look at different areas of the Philippines. And that's gonna do it for this video. So next time, wherever you're at around the world, please take care of yourself, and God bless. Love you guys.